Yeah.
Okay, are we live?
Yeah.
All right. Internet,
We
hello
are
and
live.
welcome to OKLCS Season 3, Week 5.
Week 5. It's week 5.
We're getting
was also
into
week 5.
we're getting into Plat Capped. But this is only the third week, obviously, because of the 2-week hiatus
For Plat Cap, yeah.
for Plat and Diamond Cap last night.
Yeah.
We're going to be in PLR versus
OGR? Yeah.
Pizza Lords Rebirth versus the Oklahoma Gold Rush. What are these two teams' records coming into this game? I
don't remember.
Let's see. PLR is 1-1,
Yeah.
and I believe OGR is also 1-1 coming into this game.
So an important game.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's.
I mean, every game is
one
important.
person's gonna drop pretty far, relatively, since we're still only 3 games in.
But
big loss.
I guess any game you could consider important when it's only a 7-game season. But without further ado, less babbling around from me and Jack.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and get into that game. Starting ahead, go ahead and now. Of course, it is the Pizza Lords Rebirth on the blue side and Oklahoma Gold Rush on the red side. We are going to see another Galio. A lot of fun Galio picks this first week that he's been available. This time up in the top lane for Surlet. Let's see. So, Pizza Lords Rebirth heading down towards the bottom side of the map. They're going to be spotted out by Silver Hammer, and John Zoid walks over a ward. John Zoid going to be playing out this Vladimir pick. We saw him do work with it yesterday, 3 weeks ago. And actually, it looks like the Oklahoma Gold Rush get a invade onto the blue side jungle of Pizza Lords. Parallelogram going to be spotted out on a ward, heading up there, as will John Zoid.
And Galio's just a really strong pick right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pretty much any of the solo roles.
Yeah, even support, actually. I've seen some success with
Galio
it.
has been doing something too? Okay.
I don't know if it's actually good, but it's been doing pretty well in the few games that I've played with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, he does have his kit. I mean, his kit is like jam-packed with utility.
Yeah.
Two of his 3 basic abilities are pretty good CC abilities. His ultimate is a defensive CC, like team fight ult. His passive is a little bit irrelevant in some roles, but still decent nonetheless.
Yeah, Galio Ultimate, the hero's entrance is just the ultimate actual zoning ultimate. You have to zone everyone away from your person that's about to die. Exactly. Or whoever you want to keep protected. Both junglers going to start off on their red side. Actually, both of them going pretty low, starting on their red buffs.
And there's that Galio passive. Galio has... one of them's not on his passive, but he does have 2 passives.
Holy cow, Parallelogram taking a lot of just latent damage from that Winds of War and that AoE auto attack on the passive. Damage. Yeah, Winds of War definitely does a little bit too much damage right now, in my opinion.
No, in my opinion as well. Full tank Galio could do a huge chunk of damage if a squishy stands in even just half of that into proc. Quite a bit of damage. But yeah, like I mentioned, he does have 2 passives, sort of. He has a kind of pseudo Malphite passive on his W, where if he's not in combat for a while,
he gets a magic damage shield.
Yeah, he gets a magic damage shield, and on his actual passive is the
auto attack.
Yeah, get an auto attack modifier where he does some AoE damage.
And you see, Parallelogram, he's been a real rock for Pizza Lords on this Scion, and he's gonna get rooted up by the Cocoon, he's gonna get ganked on by Long White, he's gonna get the taunt on AoE, both of them not even burning his flash, but he is out of mana, chugging some potions.
Yeah. When he saw the Elise come around the corner and the Scion started charging his...
Shield of Durand.
No,
or the
Scion...
Justice Punch.
No, the Scion started charging. Yeah, the Scion started charging the Decimating Smash. Yeah, you started saying Galio's abilities, and I was like,
what are you talking about? He's charging the Shield of Durand, dude. That's the only ability he can charge.
But when he went in for that, I guess, Justice Punch, the uppercut thing. Yeah, he went in for that on Scion, interrupting the Decimating Smash, and pulling him a little bit farther away from Elise. The stun did hit him before he finished channeling it, so he did have to face that little bit of stun. But he might have gone down had Parallelogram been able to channel his full
Ooh, there's a
Q.
Justice Punch right after the teleport, dodging the Decimating Smash with the pullback. And yeah, Parallelogram has been such a rock on this Scion for the Pizza Lord, and he's kind of... he's keeping up in CS, but...
Been getting a little
Surlut
bit
is doing
so
a lot in this lane. Got the early shove onto the Scion. Yeah, and see the wind back, dodging away from that Decimating Smash. Oh, the Flash Taunt onto Parallelogram, who still has his Flash, but it's going to be first blood for Oklahoma Gold Rush's top laner. And yeah, like we just said, Parallelogram having a little bit of difficulty in that lane.
Pretty good zone control out of Morgana Caitlyn in the bot lane right now.
Hey, Yordle Snap Traps, haha. Fun, 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 fun.
In this particular matchup, it's kind of hard. Nautilus can't really get to Morgana in many places without going into traps. And if he does go into traps to clear them, then he gets followed up by a Morgana binding. So,
yeah. And that means multiple headshots. The Flash Cocoon's gonna miss, but it still pulls out the Flash from Hack. But Delight hopping in, he's gonna get jumped on by Long. Long is gonna go in, take a tower shot, and die. Hacked picks up a kill for himself from some over-aggression from the Pizza Lord jungler.
You really wanted that
Kha'Zix going in, trying to get some damage on the Hack.
Ignite and the turret shot too much. Yeah.
And normally, you would say Jonzoid doing a really good job. He's 10 CS up, and Hacked is out of mana. And I mean, that's the way you attack a Victor, is you attack his mana pool in the early game. Force him to recall before he can get that upgraded Hex Core. Ooh, a nice traps chained in from the Dark Binding, and Nedgeneebly loses a good chunk of health. But when you hand over a kill like that, then that really just sort of eliminates all of Jonzoid's hard work. So a little bit too aggressive from Long. Right, Surlut, he has his Justice Punch interrupted by the Decimating Smash. And
yeah, if Parallelogram tries to predict the Justice Punch, he could just hold on to it a little bit longer when Surlut goes for the dodge, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right when you get to the edge of that range, you know, you can kind of, you know, expect Scion to let go of the thing, because if he charges it longer, it won't hit. You might go for the Justice Punch then, but if he thinks that you're going to do that again, if you do that a couple times...
It's a little bit of a mind game.
It's a mind game.
See, exactly, does it again. There's the Unstoppable Onslaught. They're both gonna... No, Parallelogram only gonna get taunted up, but Surlut, he's taking a lot of damage. He has no flash. Long White will just repel into the air, give Parallelogram the kill. And now Parallelogram back about even in this lane, except for that first blood gold, but mitigated by that 15 CS lead he's gonna have as... No, 14, because he missed that last one.
That's one of those abilities, Justice Punch is, similar to maybe Camille, where it is very good engage for trades and whatnot, but if you use it, it's also your only form of escape.
Yeah. And realistically, the Justice Punch is not a very reliable form of escape. Delight
it's less
Delight
reliable
gonna deny
than
gonna punish Long's gank by taking away his red buff.
But it is a dash that lets you close some distance a little bit quicker than walking, and it can move you even if you get hit by something like Elise Stun.
But the fact that you wind back and that it stops on a champion means that you're getting just Delight a little bit too far forward here. He's going to have to flash away after getting hit by the Dredge line. Nedgeneebly does not have that depth charge available just yet.
Yeah, if they were right on you when you tried to use it to escape, it would just... You would not make any distance. It would, when you wind back and move forward, you'd hit them if they're right behind you. So yeah.
Justice Punch not going to land, but he does get some damage on the Parallelogram. Relatively minor amount now that he's got that Spectre's Cowl. Jonzoid gonna get stunned up by the Gravity Field. Hack's gonna put down some damage, as well as the Chaos Storm invested, just to try and shove Jonzoid away. Dark Binding over the wall just for some harass on the Nedgeneebly. Silverhammer trying to be as annoying as he can. But Pizza Lord's Rebirth with a 3-man invade onto the blue buff of Delight. Delight gonna be probably denied this one. He hops over the wall, but he's like, maybe not this one. He does succeed in smiting it away. Gonna catch the Cocoon, but no follow-up from the Pizza Lords as Hacked is on his way down. He's got a low mana pool and no Chaos Storm, but the Flash Dark Binding onto Long. He's gonna get ignited. The Gallia ultimate even in for safe measure, and Oklahoma Gold Rush gonna start off on the dragon, but Surlut is in
Okay.
1v2ing onto the bottom lane of Pizza
Look
with
how
the
much
bird.
damage Love Gun just took from Galio. Oh my god. Anyway, good job on on Surlut there to, you know, zone them off.
Yeah.
Keep them away from the dragon.
Delight did not have smite. Oh, Surlut actually still coming in. He flash taunts onto Love Gun, and he's just gonna auto him down with the passive. He's exhausted under tower, but he will be able to make it out alive. That's a lot of Winds of War damage. Yeah, Jack is over here shaking his head. He really does not approve of the champion right now.
I don't want to just rant about Riot or anything. There are no champions or balance or anything, so I'm not going to talk about it. But
yeah. I mean,
he has a cool kit.
In spite of all this, however, you look at the top lane, Parallelogram is almost doubling in CS. Dredgeline going to get blocked up by the Black Shield. He's going to get Dark Binded and go down! Windosaurus with some extra headshot damage. I don't know what Nedge was thinking was going to happen there.
Yeah, though there are a lot of kills in favor of OGR right now, they are very down in CS in the top and mid lanes.
Yeah, and John Zoid just going to continue scaling up. Victor, a pretty good champion, but definitely starts feeling the effects of those nerfs. The Silver Hammer and Love Gun here.
So
Unstoppable Onslaught coming in. Windosaurus dodges away from it, flashes away from the slow. Silver Hammer going to get the Black Shield as well as the Soul Shackles, but he's going to pay his life for that of his 80k. Or Willie, the Mystic Shot comes in, and Long is going to be the one to pick up that kill.
They really, really wanted that tower, but they didn't have any vision in the jungle or anywhere near them. They got a little bit greedy trying to pick up that tower that was low on health. Parallelogram roamed down to help save the tower and pick up a kill.
Yeah, but in the end, Delight going up into the top lane to help Surlut's push. They might still get Tower First Blood up in the top lane. It's at about half here, but they got a lot of wave clear abilities. The Winds of War completely deleting the backline of minions. Yes. Oh. And Tower First Blood over to Oklahoma Gold Rush.
Alright, well they were able to turn that in their favor. Parallelogram roamed down to help save that tower, but they responded appropriately on the side of OGR. They might have lost Silver Hammer in the bot lane, but they did get to pick up first tower.
And now Windosaurus with a BF Sword Zeal compared to only the Tear of the Goddess and an extra Sapphire Crystal. That's literally no combat stats for Love Gun.
So the wave is clearing. Oh, they're starting to turn it around. I was gonna say the wave is getting pretty pushed, not in their favor, and they're gonna lose that tower if even just a wave or two collides into
Oklahoma
it.
Gold Rush taking away the Rift Herald. Pact is gonna put some damage back onto John Zoid when he comes forward for the Tides of Blood. He says, "Okay, I'm ready for you now." He's got a Sheen in his inventory. I think it's probably better to fully upgrade the Hex Core, but no, there's the Chaos Storm drop down as well as the Hemo Plague. He's gonna dip under with a Sanguine Pool. True Shot Barrage comes out. Black Shield's gonna block up most of that damage. Silver Hammer moving forward. The Dark Binding. He's gonna find Love Gun, and he chains it into the Yordle Snap Trap, and the headshot. Silver Hammer gets it with the Ignite. Delight getting the nice Hero's Entrance, and he will make it out of there. Parallelogram gonna get knocked up, and in the bottom lane, Windosaurus and Silver Hammer take away the tower, and now Nedge Thiebley's in trouble. Depth Charge and the Flash Away will save his life.
Surlut actually saved the life of the Kazakhstan.
Parallelogram taking a lot of damage from the Winds of War. He has to just sort of stand there with the when he charges that Decimating Smash. And yeah, so I kind of disagree with this Yomu's Ghostblade Rush out of Delight. He didn't upgrade his Smite or get the Warrior Enchant.
Something that's pretty gold efficient. Good
Yeah,
stats.
it's really very
helps you
gold
clear.
efficient. You do spike really hard with that lethality, but I think it's just overall more gold efficient to go for the Warrior Enchant. Gives you a little bit of a spike earlier, even if it's not quite as high. And then, of course, I think Hack should fully upgrade that Hex Core before he goes and invests into the Sheen. Unless is yellow the fully upgraded? I don't think it is. I'm really bad at those colors. Oh, Hack might be a little bit too far forward here because Nedge Thiebley's walking up. He drops the gravity field to cover his escape. Oh yeah, it's only Hex Core Mark 1. Thank you. I knew you could do that, I just didn't think about it.
All good.
Anyways, John Zoid with the Proto Belt, now building towards the Spirit Visage. Pretty standard in a lane against something like a Victor, as well as the fact that you have a magic damage top laner to contend with. And Surlet going towards the Rod of Ages, I can only assume, with that Catalyst and Blasting Wand. Alright, Runon's Hurricane for Windosaur is going to make it a lot more shovey in terms of the bottom lane. Finally, the Sheen comes through for Love Gun. Jonzoid getting constantly harassed with the siphoning or siphon power. There's the knockup from Justice Punch. Parallelogram taking some damage, gets taunted up. Yeah, Dredgeline's gonna pull Hacked in. The Black Shield comes in a little bit too late. Not too much damage to come through for. I know Cocoon's gonna find Delight. Long White is gonna go in for the damage, but he gets turned around on, and Delight is like, ha ha ha, I like this one. The bugs beat the spider today. Yeesh. Gravity Field gonna stun up Ned Schneebly there. He misses the laser. Dark Binding gonna come a little bit short. Unstoppable Onslaught's gonna root up Silver Hammer. The flash taunt from Surla is gonna knock up Jonzoid with the Justice Punch. There's the Hemoplague, as well as the Hero's Entrance knocks them all up. Delight on a killing spree. Hack goes so low because the Summoner Heal out from Windosaurus. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 in favor of Oklahoma.
But it could have been much worse, as you can see in the health bars of OGR right now. Hacked, Silver Hammer, and Surlet are all very close to going down. Windosaurus is going to be
the keeper of the tower.
Yeah, the lone survivor of that kind of, or not survivor, but
the one who's
the last man standing, I guess. The rest of them have to back, and he's the only guy left to hold this tower. And honestly, I think he can do it with the traps and the Caitlyn damage. It looks like Vlad's backing away. His team will be here to back him up shortly.
Surlet actually pretty low here. Parallelogram fancies his chances, throwing out that Roar of the Slayer, trying to catch him off guard. Dragon is live. It is an Earth Dragon. We're gonna find a Dark Binding. Not quite gonna find Ned Schneebly. Alright. So calming down now, we do see the finished Rod of Ages for Surlet. That's going to be stacking up over the next 10 minutes for him. Now he's starting to invest heavily into Magic Resist. And Schneebly gets caught by the Dark Binding Zone, back away from the Gravity Field, will get stunned up, and Delight hops in for the last kill from Hacked. In the top lane, Parallelogram did get a tower, but Oklahoma Gold Rush get a kill onto the support and start up this Earth Dragon. It is Control Warded, and they do have Scuttle Control. Hacked is actually going to get jumped up by Jonzoid. Hemoplague is not available, but does flash away from it. Hacked, scared of the damage coming in from Jonzoid's Vladimir, and I guess you would be 40 CS down. True Shot Brush comes in a little too early. Delight able to smite that one away. Teleport from Surlet into the mid lane. Silver Hammer looking for the Dark Binding onto Jonzoid, but he's got the Sanguine Pool. Doesn't even need to use it, but does anyway. Predicting him to juke the opposite direction.
I have to put some pressure on 4 members on the side of PLR here to hold this tower.
Yeah, but Jonzoid is really quite strong right now. He's got this makings of the Spirit Visage almost. And the Hextech Proto Belt. You see how much damage he's doing with those Tides of Blood. Spirit Visage completed up for Parallelogram. That's going to be pretty effective up against Hacked. And Surlet, of course. Alright, Justice Punch not quite going to find Jonzoid. And he's going to taunt up Parallelogram under the tower, but Delight taking a lot of damage there. He has to flash away, or hop away. Dark Binding under Parallelogram under the tower. He gets knocked up by the Hero's Entrance, but Delight still forced away from the fight by the Tides of Blood. Justice Punch going to knock up Parallelogram, but they're got no damage sources. There's the taunt onto 2 members, including Jonzoid, who gets Dark Binded. There's the Piltover Peacemaker. Jonzoid goes under the Sanguine Pool. He's going to get the heal from the Hemoplague, except it was ignited. There's the Chaos Storm onto Ned Schneebly, and he will fall down to the second tick.
Hacked has been doing a pretty good job this game. He's been doing kind of quietly though. He's been behind in CS, so we haven't really talked about him much as far as, you know, being ahead in this game. But in all of these team fights, he's done a pretty good job with his W and his ultimates.
Yeah, I really
zoning tools.
He's very mechanically gifted on this Victor, but I just really would like him to have that upgraded Hex score.
No, the build, yeah. If he's wanting to pick up it looks like he wants to pick up a Lich Bane, but if he's wanting to pick that up, you're going to want to upgrade that Hex Core first. Get the AP to make the Lich Bane
there is a like a very high tier Victor main who does rush the Lich Bane, but by rush he means, of course, after the fully upgraded Hex Core.
Yeah, because I mean it gives you a lot of AP.
It gives you a lot of ability power. That upgrade on the Siphon power is actually really quite good with the movement speed it gives you. And then, of course, the Gravity Field upgrade is not too impactful compared to the regular one, but it does fully upgrade and gives you the upgrade to the Chaos Storm.
The upgrade to the Chaos Storm is pretty great.
Yeah. Delight going to be taking away his own blue buff. Doesn't want to hand it over to Hacked. He says, Hacked, you don't have an upgraded Hex Core, you don't deserve this blue buff. Jonzoid going to get stunned up by the Gravity Field, but Love Gun Arcane shifts forward, puts some aggression on the Hack to stop him from committing onto the mid laner. And actually, it looks like Surlat going to go for a second item, Guardian Angel, just based on the items he's built. Could, of course, be a ZZ Rot Portal, not having the Chain Vest upgraded into the Raptor's Cloak just yet. That's really quite interesting. You have a lot of HP from that Rod of Ages. So getting some resistances from the Guardian Angel or the ZZ Rot Portal, not a bad idea. And of course it's only like the first week that Galio's been available, so not a whole lot you can say about what is the standard right now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of different builds get talked about, kind of bruiser builds, full tank builds.
Ooh, Jonzoid taking a lot of damage from the laser. He's gonna not have Sanguine Pool, but Delight hops in, gets knocked up by the depth charge. Jonzoid will be able to cover his escape with the help of Ned Schneebly.
Both teams have pretty great vision. They haven't really...
Ooh, Delight does not succeed in taking away that red buff, smited away by Long.
They haven't really cleared each other's vision too much yet, but there are wards from both sides all over the map right now.
Only the one sweeper on both sides on the support means that there's going to be sort of a saturation of vision.
Yeah. In a lot of LCS games, you see so many of the players on each team take the sweeper. At least that's something I've noticed. Like my late game, they have a lot more sweepers than trinkets, than the warding trinkets or the totems. Or the, what's the blue one? Scryers, that's what it's called. I was like, nope, that's not right. Morgana doing her best to clear out some of that vision that we've been talking about. Looks like OGR is looking to make maybe a pick happen on the top side, and they do run a flash.
Yeah, Long, he realized, oh, I'm in a bad position because you had Hack coming down from the bottom, the rest of Oklahoma Gold Rush coming from the top, had to flash away over the wall.
They had the Caitlyn push all the way up to the tower and back. Now Ezreal's going to show up in the bot lane. They're going to know it's a 4v4.
The Dark Binding is going to find Long. He's going to get the Justice Punch up, and the taunt is coming in, but the Repel into the air to keep him safe. Long is going to have to try and make his escape here. There's a nice Decimating Smash to knock up 2. Now Surlat's going to be a little bit in trouble, slowed up by the Roar of the Slayer. Hacked over the side of the wall. Justice Punch back in by Surla, and now he's going to get knocked up by the Decimating Smash into the Cocoon. The Black Shield comes in too late. The Gravity Field to try and zone him away. Hack gets pulled in, and there's the Unstoppable Onslaught. Delight going down. He's going to get the Hero's Entrance, but he will fall down to Parallelogram in the end. Surla now in the middle, but he does find Ned Schneebly. Jonzoid running away, turns around and puts down some spells, and now Windosaurus is here with the auto attacks. Parallelogram will fall down to Silver Hammer, but he's gonna get him with the passive. Summoner Heal comes in way too late from Windosaurus, and now Jonzoid will turn it around, but gets a kill onto Hack. Windosaurus trying to turn it back on Jonzoid's Sanguine Pools and backs away. It's gonna be a 3-for-4 in favor of Pizza Lord's Rebirth. Love Gun, not even there.
Yeah. Right before Surlat went down, he threw out a really good Winds of War that kind of got to sit there and channel, for the most part, on all three of those members.
Jonzoid survives that one. In the end, they come out with a one team fight and a tower in the bottom lane. so 3 towers to 2 in favor of Oklahoma Gold Rush. Find themselves just 1.5k gold ahead. Up 2 dragons, and then Oklahoma Gold Rush, they send a teleport in. Surlet trying to catch the members of Pizza Lord's Rebirth. Delight pops the Yomu's Ghostblade just to punch into the wall. Alright, but
Infernal going over.
yeah, it's gonna be the 3rd dragon for Oklahoma Gold Rush, unanswered by Pizza Lords, but they might look for a flank here. There's a Decimating Smash onto 2 members of Oklahoma Gold Rush. John Zoid trying to find a way in, but Surlet doing a good job zoning the gravity field, but Hacked will fall down. Windosaurus autoing for free there, but now John Zoid is wreaking havoc. He's getting on to Surlet. Delight forced away by the bottom lane of Pizza Lord's Rebirth. The deck charge comes in. Surlet gonna get knocked up. Love Gun has found Delight on the other side of the fight, and Surlet's gonna fall down here. Probably. Yeah, Parallelogram gets it with a Roar of the Slayer. It's going to be a 3-for-0 in favor of Pizza Lords, and now they move towards the Baron. Oh. Alright, so they don't have the best Baron taking team. Vladimir, Elise, Scion. Not super fast at taking Baron. You see how slowly it's going down. Ezreal doesn't even have a finished Trinity Force yet. But it's relatively uncontested. I'm sure they're going to get it. Nedjnivli has to back away for fear of getting executed. And pop that Titan's Wrath. Dark Binding is going to come across the wall. Early smite! But Love Gun will secure it for them.
We have seen Morgana Pool take Barons before.
This is,
Luckily Ezreal picked that one.
Okay, so, Pizza Lord's Rebirth pick up the Baron. It is going to be the Zezirot. I thought it was going to be Guardian Angel, but it's actually the Zezirot portal. It's going to try and use that to get some push pressure. Pizza Lord's Rebirth, they pick up the 3rd tower for themselves. Finally, oh, and Delight's been caught by Long here. He nice juke using the invisibility, but now Surlet zoned away. Oklahoma Gold Rush trying to mount tower defense here. And now Parallelogram, you saw he was having a difficult time in lane early, but Surlet...
He's quite the force to be reckoned with, right?
Yeah, Surlet was spent a little bit too much time away from the lane. He's down 20 CS. 5-2 and 5 for Parallelogram now on the Scion. He's become the Rock we know him as, even though he's up against the Rock.
I haven't gotten the chance to play Galio yet, so I want to hear what kind of, I don't know, little jokes and puns he has in his voiceovers.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that Galio's actually just Maui from the movie Moana. And he's also a Rock, who's played by The Rock. Oh, hold on, Justice Punch onto Long White. He's gonna get taunted up, but not quite in the Winds of War. Takes a decent chunk of damage, but I don't think he's gonna go down to this one. Two-shot barrage to push out the minion wave. Those Yordle snap traps doing a good job keeping Pizza Lord's Rebirth away from this one. Parallelogram, he says, oh, there's a tower here, but Delay, you're a pretty squishy Kha'Zix right now. Yeah, and look how much damage Delight is just taking latently. Unstoppable Onslaught used and Decimating Smash, and Parallelogram's just gonna take him out under tower, barely losing a 10th of his health. And that's not what you want to do.
Such a squishy Kha'Zix. Even has Ninja Tabi. I guess that wasn't really auto attacks, was it?
Yeah, no, it was all of his abilities. And Parallelogram just really knowing the limits of this Scion pick. I'm really surprised that they were able to get that pick. He's been doing so well on it these last few weeks. John Zoid and Parallelogram zoning away Hack from wave clearing on this tower. That's what you have to do up against a Victor with so much wave clear. And they will pick up their 5th tower of the game. Pizza Lord's Rebirth now firmly in the lead, 4k gold up over Oklahoma Gold Rush. Now they're coming around from the backside of this tower. They're going to find the redemption onto Surlet. Dredgeline pulls him in. There's a nice 2-man taunt, but it's on both of the tanks. Depth charge goes down into Windosaurus, but they're stunned up by the gravity field. Llama, or Nedjnivli will fall down, rather. I don't know why I said llama. I think I'm looking at the chat too much here. John, oh, there's a nice knock-up onto Parallelogram. The flash 3-man taunt from Surla, but John Zoid comes around. He says, okay, I'll just take the other 3 members of Oklahoma Gold Rush. Nice 3-man decimate. John Zoid on a killing spree. Windosaurus is now getting zoned away by the mid laner, and he will fall down. Now, Long White and Parallelogram here. Gonna go down to the Winds of War, maybe. Triple kill for John Zoid. He's gonna get the Tides of Blood around. Surla gonna get the Grasp of the Undying. Parallelogram falls down to the Winds of War! But Pizza Lord's Rebirth come out 5 for 2.
He flashed the mastery and he paid the price for it. Galio was going down, but he threw out the Winds of War. And he was standing in it while standing still and flashing mastery.
But the Pizza Lord's Rebirth come out ahead. They pick up 2 more towers in the top lane, and then they will get the inhib down. Now upset almost. Well, okay, 6.5k. And like I was saying, I'm really surprised that teams continue to allow Parallelogram to play this Scion. He's just such a rock for the Pizza Lord's Rebirth on this pick. Ned Schneebly gonna get creep blocked, has to flash away. Getting collapsed on by Oklahoma Gold Rush. And look how tanky he is right now. Sunfire Cape, Spirit Visage, Frozen Heart, Guardian Angel on top of that now has another Giant's Belt. 8, 3, and 8 now on this Scion. Dark Binding is going to find Love Gun, but hardly going to matter when there's no follow-up. Yeah, Pizza Lord's Rebirth happy to just zone away the entirety of Oklahoma Gold Rush. Delight goes in trying to look for the steal, but he's going to get zoned entirely away. Gravity Field finds 2 members of Pizza Lord's Rebirth, and just as I was saying it, Parallelogram falls down. John Zoid will follow. They've already picked up Delight, and the Dragon goes over to the Scion. Oklahoma Gold Rush winning this fight, though, very cleanly. It's 2 for 1. 3 for 1 now. They still have top lane inhib down to deal with, and they don't have any of the inner towers. Dark Binding gonna find Love Gun over the wall. Parallelogram gonna knock up Silver Hammer over the side of the wall with that decimating smash. Oklahoma Gold Rush get the push onto the mid lane tower. They are gonna take this one away. 4 towers to 7 now, and only 4k gold in the lead for Pizza Lords, but they're gonna get pushed away. That's a big Mystic Shot damage. Parallelogram with the unstoppable onslaught will blow up Hack. Decimating smash onto Silver Hammer, gets the double kill, and that is what we were just talking about.
Yeah, Scion does so much damage in the mid game. People complain that, or mid to late. People complain a little bit that like real late game he basically does no damage, but you still get to do a lot of zone control with that Q.
Yeah,
it's on such a low cooldown once you get to be pretty late in the game that just throw it up, and even if you don't land the knockups, you can kind of direct the flow of the battle.
So Oklahoma Gold Rush have to go back to playing defense. All of the members of Pizza Lord's Rebirth alive now. Oh, Delight gonna get jumped on by John Zoid here. He has to hop himself over the wall. Lost about half of his HP during all that. Even has the Edge of Night for some magic resist, but it hardly matters up against John Zoid right now. 5, 1, and 6 on this Vladimir. Alright, the Pizza Lords clearing out vision in the Baron area. You started up. Parallelogram gonna take some damage. There's a decimating smash with the black shield used. Surlat gonna use that shield to Duran. John Zoid now trying to 1v1 Hack, but Delight says, okay, I'll help him out. There's the Hemo Plague, he's gonna heal him up. He's back to full. Pizza Lord's Rebirth disengaged from the Baron, or at least they're trying to. Delight hops over, but now he's by himself, has to flash back over. John Zoid wants this one. He's gonna get the Tides of Blood to pick up the kill, and that's the first kill, and Hacked has to flash away. There's the Redemption going down. Windosaurus knocked out by the Death Charge. They've already lost Surla, and they will lose their AD carry. They get the ace for nothing, and Parallelogram starts teleporting in to try and end the game. Fail flash from Love Gun over the wall, and he realizes I made a mistake. That's going to be on stream. Ha 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 ha. But they will take out the 2 Nexus towers, followed closely by the Nexus. Pizza Lord's Rebirth take the win over Oklahoma Gold Rush. holding themselves 2-1. I'm assuming they're gonna win right here. There it is. All right, but yeah, Pizza Lords Rebirth now 2-1
Yeah.
on their record. Oklahoma Gold Rush fall down 1-2. It's going to be a little bit of a harder time for them trying to make playoffs, but it's still, obviously, we're still 4 weeks out. It's not even halfway through the season. Anyone can still make playoffs.
Yep.
But anyways, that is going to be the game for Pizza Lords Rebirth. We're going to take a short break before we get into our second game. Thanks, guys, so much for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.